Hi everyone. I'm here to talk to you about a comprehensive overview of the optimal strategy was found among the employee well-being. Employee well-being for corporates is simply a service the corporate revert to for bettering of their well-being of their employees. So it's quite a competitive industry, a lot of players among the market, a lot of, you can say, similarities among these players, yet there is still a lot of distinctions among the players in that market. So, for instance, the corporate well-being is embedding some sort of a comprehensive well-being scope in terms of physical activities, spiritual and yoga activities, nutritionists, for instance, people for psychologists. So it's a very comprehensive bubble that the corporate well-being umbrella encounters underneath. Recap about the actual opportunities and threats among this industry. So the opportunity is the fact that there is a rise in the adoption rates for corporate well-being solutions, especially in small to medium enterprises. It grew by almost, is forecasted to grow by almost 54% by 2026, which is very gigantic growth among different industries. The market to be captured in this industry is very appealing and promising. That's one opportunity. Another opportunity is the fact that it's the comprehensive solutions with clear strategies are quite in demand in this market. Because most of the people operating now in the market are very constricted on one aspect. So entering the market with clear strategy is still would find a fertile ground for adoption rates. Most of the existent are focused either on, as I told you, like specific one aspect or lack a long-term plan, which make it unsustainable growing. The retention rate or the fact that the company is growing this product is quite not of the optimum percentages that the companies are aspiring for their annual KPIs. So moving on to a couple of threats that are there in this industry, achieving high engagement rate is quite challenging. Well, you've earned the deal and scored this specific number of companies that you are aspiring, yet when you find about the actual employees that are engaging, that are enrolled in the physical competitions, that are having this nutrition plans, that are practicing and using these yoga facilities, you cannot find much of engagement among many players. So assessment and surveying in this industry is yielding maximum engagements, tailoring it to different personas, and I will take you in more details among the upcoming slides. Another part of the threat is the technological challenge. This specific facility it requires a lot of trackability, accurate trackability for the Apple Watch, for the hoops, whatever the fitness tracker they are using, and embedding this in performing systems that give them programs accordingly is usually full of many glitches, and the customization is not as tailored as it was promised. So the agile system and the integration of the artificial intelligence is quite very crucial in such an industry. So that are briefly the opportunities and threats we can see. Let me currently walk you through a very comprehensive overview of the optimum marketing, sales, operational, and scaling plan for this industry. So after having a view about the current target audience, the current key players in the market, the desire, the capabilities, I've brought several strategies that will be very key, like quick wins for the marketing planning. To start with the Google ranking, improving and working on the SEOs, the search engine optimization is a very important part, because when consumers are looking for well-being solutions, they as simple as revert to their search engine. Um, so making sure ranking high on these search is very correlated to the earning or high like engagement rates. So to start with, there are 5 aspects for that. The mobile SEO for the conversion and the engagement. Another part is the Podium web chat that is used by many to allow interactive communication. So for instance, I'm a corporate well-being company X. I add a part of a web chat for my employees who are practicing, for instance, this typical physical sport, Pilates. So they are communicating and finding a common ground about the intensity of the practice, whatever it is they are bonding over. Pet love, saying yoga. What about embedding and having our pets together in upcoming yoga events? So this Podium web chat is a very, very crucial aspect in this industry. Another part is using industry-related keywords specific to wellness. So in the website itself, in the application, over social media, certain keywords about wellness, holistic sustainability are very music to the ears when it comes to people in this specific domain. Another part is offering meta description of each web page, because simply what derives you from clicking to conversion is the description you see, because before trying, before hearing word of mouth, before anything, you just read the description. So offering a very detailed description for this specific web page, what I'm actually doing, what distinguishes me from the rest, is deal breaker here. Another part is incorporating schema markup as an aspect that distinguish and markup and make you distinct from the other key players among the search engine lists. Google My Business is the simple place to customize and tailor this SEO plans. All right, moving on to, apart from the Google ranking, the Google Ads. They help to display the content, as simple as that. It's expensive to have very complex marketing tactics, but this specific tool is very powerful marketing tool. Can be used with AdWords, Google Ads, or a vast amount of vendors that tailors these specific ads. Another part is there are a lot of Facebook groups that HR representatives are targeting for what is trending now in the market, who is the top players for corporate well-being. So reaching and targeting these Facebook groups is a very quick shortcut for the target audience that are looking for that, make you present among the exact domain that will make you reach the maximum users in a very short period of time. Tool for that, as simple as Facebook business ads are tailoring vast amount of services with different budgets. All right, moving on to the highest priorities here, LinkedIn. LinkedIn among this specific domain is very, very fertile. There is a lot of beyond you doing that marketing to engage and earn better conversion rates and have high users. The awareness, the seasonal awareness, for instance, the International Women's Day, and awareness for women who are working, family balance. That's an example. Another example is the international happiness, whatever it is, related to raising certain awareness about ADHD, for example. So these seasonal awareness we see from time to time is usually sponsored by wellness related ambassadors. And this domain is the key player in that part. So making these awareness portraying for the users, I care about the wellness, I care about the whatever is happening in our outer sphere is bridging a lot of gaps the companies and the target audience. LinkedIn is loading it with a lot of teasers is a very promising approach that was practiced by my clients. The awareness can be through videos promoting campaigns, content for special cause, free accessible classes, Ayurveda content. Yani it's very diverse room for offering that on ground. Another part is emailing marketing platform. Informative emails with attached surveys. As I've told you previously, many companies are on ground without having long-term strategies. The heel for that and the modifying tool for that is the surveying. I want to know what's there in the market. I want to know what's demanded. So informative emails, I tell you an article for taking care, maintaining your weight, losing your weight with a detox plan, for example. That's a very informative, beneficial content for my user. At the end of this email, if I'm attaching a quick survey, I would be willing. I have read a very beneficial, uh, brief, relatable article. Why wouldn't I feel like 1 minute survey that will help you? So these surveys get me to know what would you prefer, tailored coaching plan or collective event with your peers, for example. So there is a lot, the complication in this domain is the variety. It's a double-edged sword. You have this variety as serving you. Okay, if I haven't exceeded here, I can make it around there. If my audience did not meet or find this tempting, I can meet them with another tool. Yet it is very tricky to get to know what's actually desired and demanded. So these surveys are very, um, very engaging and supportive for this aspect. As I've told you, I mentioned here in the slide, the study by the Digital Marketing Association found that every $1 spent uh, is yielding an average of $38 return on investment, which is very promising. About what you're investing in this is yielding a promising reward and return. So incentives for quick marketing research and partnerships as promo codes, as simple as that. Get 5% discount for this supplement vendor if you filled the survey. Have a partnership or monthly supply with this discount if you filled this 5-minute survey. So there are lots of ways to play around it. I'm just giving you a glimpse of the juice for the most efficient approaches here. So another part when it comes to the product itself, okay, now I'm the user, I'm there, I'm engaged, everything. So how will you apply your marketing on me? So the website itself is, if you checked several users as, for example, version plus or telehealth, you can see very rich library, gigantic. You can see like hundreds of videos. Okay, which one shall I choose? You can feel a bit overwhelmed. And that when surveying and interviewing people was one of the reasons people are slacking to engage. Like I'll open and feeling I'm having fear of missing out on this, so I miss out on this. So the description of the content is very deal breaker in that. Like a concise, easy connotation for the library content is quite as important as the initial marketing phase. That's an aspect. Another aspect is, as I've mentioned here, like making it boom is demanded to have like certain practices other than the previous marketing strategies, as like free workshops, webinars by pioneers in this industry who spread the word faster, who contribute to credibility at an early stage. So the reaching popular content, uh, fitness coach in Australia guiding certain session related to heart awareness. These things are very important for the branding of the company. Another aspect is we have embedded everything, the initial marketing, the product itself, the categorization, engaging the users. Next, the long-term and short-term strategy, the content calendars, the calendars with articles, webinars, blogs that will be shared across customers and potential customers is very engaging, that you relate what will you share when, what will you post at what time, for what audience. So these uh, early on arranged calendars are very important for worldwide events, for worldwide engagement. All right, moving on to the on ground. We have embedded all the previous, the marketing, the product, the plan and a strategy and calendars. What's next? Listening to the and promoting the testimonials and the referrals. Um, the word of mouth is very crucial for sustainability, I can say. To be sustainable, I hear what company X brought for their well-being, company Y, similar to what I'm offering with similar employee headcount. Whom are they engaging and bringing? So encouraging this quality of word of mouth with quality about me is a very of a great impact about the business growth. Encouraging satisfied clients to share their experience, success stories, promoting that on my social media, my channels, my Google, my business platform is very important. Also implementing referral program. If I'm company X, promoted company Y for you, next time I'm renewing my membership, I'm getting 20%, for example, off bundle, extra employees headcount without extra additional cost. There is a lot of ways to play around that. Another part is being present on ground. That can be very virtual domain, not much of a human interaction, but the presence in the conferences and events. And have a look at, these are the pioneers of the conferences present, helps in displaying content for potential customers, uh, considered as the presence meeting the companies that are willing to hire the companies over well-being. So yeah, so the previous have wrapped up what we want to tackle about a very comprehensive marketing approach. Here comes a suggestion for promoting the unique value proposition. Here I was telling my client, you can sell that as you are comprehensive. We can say the different players are having one sole edge and one sole aspect they are actually good at. What about you having several weapons and several facades for your product? Marketplace, you're offering buying facility over the website. Do that over influencer sponsorship. Selling certain promo codes will make the clicks conversions on a website higher. Insurance, offering awareness campaign about life insurance benefits. Investment potential is an aspect that is demanded by companies, but it's not actually offered by many domains in this industry. Insurance, I mean, when I hire a company for the well-being, companies would love to have this all in one. Like, if you are offering me the insurance facility while you had your sponsorship with whatever company, I would be glad. I would save myself tons of paperwork, tons of agreements and contracts. Minimal cost, of course, because I'm originally a user and I'm originally a client for you. Another part is the holistic, promoting the holistic part. I'm offering online workshops of Ayurvedic tips and tricks catered for the masses, is another aspect. Wellness, physical, mental, and these parts. Another part is community. Promoting the community and aspect is very, very crucial here. Here comes the guidance and consulting part. Apart from the employees, the employer, the HR, are having a lot of demands as well. What is the optimum wellness place? Should I give day offs in the post the de-stressing and seasonal overtime working hours for my employees? Shall I put a retreat? Shall I give them memberships for the extra convenient gyms? Shall I, whatever the HR decisions that are on the table, offering in-house consulting and guidance for the HR is also a very, very important aspect. Uh, um, yeah, a point that I want to tackle about the community, as I've mentioned before, let me refer to that. The people who are interested in, for instance, fitness, CrossFit, people who are interested in yoga, people who are pet lovers and want to have this run with your pet, promoting community of employees among the corporate, I can say very employees inside the corporate are not dealing much with each other apart from the corporate and the work-related schemes. So me forming communities, okay, on my website, on my platform, I will form communities of people who are engaged together for a specific cause, for a specific run, for a specific awareness is very, very, very satisfying and crucial for the actual emotional and psychological well-being of the employees. So it's not to miss aspect for such product or service. All right, getting back here about the guidance and consulting strategies for the HR, which is very demanded and easy to adopt. Incorporating financial well-being on site. All right, so apart from the health, physical, spiritual, HR part, what are the financial interests for my employees regarding coaching? What is the optimum saving mechanism for me as an employee? The investment that I need to have. So hiring CFO of company X, hiring investment banker in whatever private equity is very simple initiative, yet it's very uh, long lasting impact, has a long lasting impact for the users. Offering finance and investment experts what is the best investment for you at the time being at the current economic circumstances. That's another aspect. Another one is useful content for employees that is work related. For example, email threads, engaging material about the efficient presentation skills that you need to adopt. For example, the time management that will be demanded in the seasonal part of the work, the LinkedIn branding for you as a human being, apart from the benefit of the company that I'm looking for. So these are all, it's not cosmetic, yet it makes the well-being solution very comprehensive, inclusive, and having different facets that me, the HR, the company, the mother, the father, the sister would be benefited from in-house, off-house, on the work, off the work. So that is the morale of the well-being solutions for that. I'm having that beyond giving me the optimum work productivity. It's beyond that. All right, moving on to the HR challenges versus how the employee wellness can overcome and help them overcome these challenges. For example, typically recruitment and retention is very big concern for HR. Attracting and maintaining employees is an actual challenge for HR representatives. So supporting employer branding for suitable candidates, adding value, decreases the turnover. We can do that with offering in-house consulting for the HR in the company. Another part is diversity and inclusion. Many companies are seeking this diverse, inclusive portfolio of employees, yet it's not very attainable and not very, it's not a piece of cake, you can say. So for the well-being solutions, offering programs and coaching that caters diversity, making companies on asset address different employee demand, makes it not just accept its existence, but it's promoting for this diversity and inclusion, which is very noble cause. Another aspect is workforce adaptation, catering a workforce for the remote employees, the contract workers, the on-ground workers. It's not easy. I need to do different policies, different modes of work for different people, for different mindsets. So that where HR consulting is coming in. I'm highlighting for you here the need and the healing point and how the well-being solution can pitch in such a place. The employee engagement. I need the optimum productivity, the performance. The unengaged employees are having a huge impact on my corporate, so I need to spike that up. So the consultation services can, for example, offer recognition programs, plan recognizing those employees who have been working X amount of hours, who have been yielding X targets, whatever KPI is it. Employee surveying templates. I can actually form a recent studied survey templates for the employee to know what's there. I might be in my office, they in their office, remote, outside the country. I do not know the actual uh, productivity obstacles that they have. So that's a part, customizing email templates and designs. Doing that for me as an HR is saving me the work, the actual work that I need to. So that's another aspect. Employee well-being, as physical, mental, psychological, financial, is a top concern for the HR, and that is healing it with a corporate well-being solution is also a very cut-edge place. Last but not the least, the employer-related is as the compliance, the legislative, the laws, helping me with the succession planning, developing candidates, preparing them as the leaders, technology integration, providing technological consultation for HR teams to stay aligned within the technological releases is very important as well. So that's it about the marketing strategy and the big part of the assessment for the corporate well-being solution. So moving into the sales strategy, segmenting your target customer. There are 5 main adopters for this industry. The top 5 players are the tech industries, coming after the finance, coming after the healthcare, then the manufacturing, and then the retail. These are the 5 top companies that are heavily investing in corporate well-being solution. You can refer to examples as Google, Johnson & Johnson for the healthcare. These are the companies that are well known for how much they actually spend, devote money and time and room for the well-being of their companies. So the sales pipeline can range from small businesses, average headcount of 50, to medium enterprises, average headcount of 200. I don't want to dig into much details about the assessment of the actual subscriptions and headcounts, but this is briefly how the pipeline would look like. The leads for the small and the leads for the medium. All right. So the sales pitch framework, I have witnessed that in many places. The core problem is the sales persona sometimes go there with statements, or I want to sell product X. I don't want the demand for you, but I'm here to pitch in this aspect. So how that can be healed? Using concise statement of value. What I will sell for company tech is not the same as company in the finance industry. So being action oriented, outcome focused, offering training for my sales team to have this benefits over features is very important part. Training my team to digest the product. It's not about the product, it's about your need that I'm meeting. I have a unique differentiator and I explain how I do it. Giving also promotion and rewards for my potential base is very important. Corporate Diwali gifts. That's the link the Amazon do like on a seasonal basis for promoting and awards to have this engaging base, you can say. So the acquisition strategy has like very many pathways. The very optimum, I have added 3 stars for that in the partnerships, the customer acquisition. the sales channels that I want to highlight here is this, as you can say, the partnerships, customer acquisition. Planning with partners a quarterly, semi-annual list of referrals is very efficient, guaranteed when it comes to benefiting both parties. So this partnerships, for example, I have my leads, you have your leads. We're gonna trade that over contracts. And in this specific industry, it's yielding very, very promising results because the leads you have as my partner are very filtered, segmented to the audience who want to adopt my service. Another way for acquisition strategy, the bulk emailing. Creating storytelling content that's very hooking and catering the content for different values among different users. Seed Table was a company that was offering this specific part with this almost $400 subscription per year. You can see a lot of companies are sharing that with you once you enter or subscribe to. Another thing, another company access your email with a very hooking story, selling and sharing different values that would make the company of good conversion rates. It's not as efficient as the partnership customer acquisition and list of referrals, but it's still an efficient tool. Another way is the existing customers referral and recommendation. That cannot be forced. That is purely for the quality of your product or your service. Exceptional service will truly recommend the brand. So here comes the part that many companies sometimes overlook, the customer retention while focusing on the customer acquisition. For instance, all right. For instance, regarding the customer acquisition, focusing on identifying potential customers instead of focusing on giving the optimum customer service, involving designing and implementing customer acquisition strategies instead of offering product of certain quality and service. And that was reflected in the NPS of many current players. You can say that I will invest in that, but once you are in the launch phase and on ground, there is a lot of overwhelming aspects that need to be there. I need to meet certain target of potential customer. I need to meet certain aspect for the customer service. So overlooking that is done by many, unfortunately, and that where the unique value proposition for the rising brands is coming. Processing, converting leads to paying customers, instead of focusing on creating customer-centric environment that are there for me, that are building brand loyalty. Another part for evaluating and measuring the success of my strategies for how much I'm selling instead of how much people are buying without the promo codes, without the discounts, my actual loyal, solid brand base. In reference to the bulk emailing, if any of you is wondering, it goes in the spam and the junk. In this specific industry, there is a way of attaching a very useful content as a very simple tailored nutrition plans for you filling a certain survey, creating content that will benefit you as a user, will help that develop from you as a person of that is a spam. And honestly, there are certain databases that makes these emails not go to the junk, to just enter the inbox. That's a way to reach the referrals. Yet, as I've mentioned, the conferences, the on ground, the word of mouth, the partnerships, referrals are the optimum part in these sales orientation. All right, moving on to the operational strategy. Regarding that, um, there are several aspects that need to be considered. First, the SOP. Having unified, structured flow of the business, standard operating procedures, allocating day to day in a way that serves the big vision on the short term and the long term is very, very important because this is domain of different flows of business, starting from the marketing, the very initial plan, the sales, the secondary part, the moving on to the onboarding of the employees, moving on to orienting the employees, on to engaging the employees, to the legislative work about the employees. So it's a very you can see very sophisticated SOP that need to be in place. Moving on to the SLAs, embedding short service level agreement for onboarding of the customers and contract signatures is also another part, efficient part. Comes the last, bridging departmental insights, opening ongoing channel between the sales team, the customer, for the R&D is very important to know about the on-ground insights, what they need, what I can innovate, what I can tailor for my products. Another part is the automation, as I've mentioned, is very important here. Artificial intelligence, content categorization of the product based on the goals of each individual, from the fitness trackers, from the certain quizzes they enter. Another part is the people, because it's very people-focused domain. I really need to earn the retention rate by focusing on these individuals. The local companies are service providers, providing me guaranteed source of support, team members that share ideas, efficient framework, operations, smooth operations. So that's the success tool for the operational plan. All right. Regarding the scaling plan, I just walk you quickly for short-term, long-term plan, scaling with chains, for instance, operating with chains to save employees time, reflecting high revenues, outsourcing coaching facility to save my time and my investment at the beginning, adding value-added services as the ones we have mentioned previously. The implementation cost and the solid base is very important as well. Regarding the long-term plan, building in-house coaching for the business is, of course, more profitable when there is cash flow and I have the ability to fund that. Targeting larger company on the long term is also with a better cost-benefit analysis, you can see. And that's briefly it about the comprehensive strategy. Was glad to share that insight with you.